Hello everyone, welcome to the course on Universal Human Values, and we are discussing about Module 4, that is Harmony in Existence and Nature. These are the department vision and mission. So in this session we'll discuss about holistic perception of harmony in existence. So now we can see that understanding the role of human being in existence, like we know that the happiness is an indicator, it's a feedback what we have in order to measure the happiness, measure the right understanding and right feelings. So it means that we have understood harmony and we are living in harmony at all four levels of our being. And even after understanding harmony at all four levels, and there is a unhappiness, it's an indicator. Again, it's a feedback that we have not understood anything about harmony and we are not living in harmony at one or more of the levels of our being. So our role is to make the effort to understand harmony and to live in harmony so that we can have the continuous happiness. So we can achieve this continuous happiness only when we have this right understanding and right feeling. That is in the self, as an individual, in family, in society, in nature, existence. So program for human being is existence is coexistence. So by understanding the role of human being in existence, so we understand the coexistence and to live in coexistence. So to explore this, let us first observe a few phenomena and the participation of human being in them, so that we can find out what have we done for rest of the nature to exist and fulfill a relationship of mutual fulfillment among the other three orders. uh, Nothing. They exist even without the human being, and they are ensuring a relationship of mutual fulfillment without any human participation. What have we done for our body to be there? Hardly anything. It is by way of a coexistence. What have we done for the self to be there? Answer is hardly anything. It's by way of coexistence. What have we done to have the activity of imagination and for the potential for knowing in the self? So hardly anything, it's by the way of coexistence. So what have we done for self and body to coexistence? Nothing. It's by way of coexistence. So we can easily verify that all this has happened by way of coexistence without human participation. We can further see that human being itself is also by virtue of coexistence, embedded in coexistence as an expression of coexistence. Now that we are there as human beings, we have a definite role in existence. So all that human being needs to do is to understand the coexistence and to live in coexistence. So to understand coexistence, we need to realize coexistence, that is to ensure it in the self, to ensure the feeling and thought of coexistence, that is to ensure it in the self. Like outcome of this step is happiness in the self. So to live in coexistence, to live with mutual fulfillment, that is to live in coexistence with human beings, from family to world family, that leads to undivided society, to live in coexistence in nature, entire nature from family order to world family order, that again leading to universal human order. So here the outcome of this step is continuity of happiness for all, generation after generation. So, by understanding coexistence, we are referring to the self awakening, to the activities of contemplation, understanding, and realization. Contemplation is about participation in the larger order, about relationship with every unit in existence. Understanding is about harmony in entire nature, and realization is of the existence as coexistence. So, all these together are called knowledge. So, these activities we understand about our role in existence. Clarity about the coexistence, harmony, and relationship will guides our desire, and thus all the activities of imagination, that is desire, thought, and expectation. So the right feeling and right thought now becomes the basis for our behavior with other human being, work, or we can say production with the rest of the nature, and participation in the larger order. So behavior based on justice with human being results into mutual happiness. Expansion of such behavior from family to world family leads to undivided society. The work based on natural laws with the rest of nature results into mutual prosperity. Participation in the larger order in the entire nature results into fulfillment of human goal. Expansion of such work and participation in the larger order from family order to world family order leads to universal human order. The continuity of universal human order, generation after generation, is called human tradition. That becomes a tradition. So it's the broad description of the role of human being in existence. It's a description of the definite human conduct. Well, at the base, it's realization of the coexistence, and at the other end, in terms of the expression, it gets completed with universal human order. All this is facilitated by human education. So we can now see that there is provision in existence for human being to understand coexistence and to live in coexistence. There is a will to live with continuous happiness in the self, and it has the potential for the activities of contemplation, understanding, and realization. By developing these activities of contemplation, understanding, and realization, and lining up all the activities of imagination, that is desire, thought, and expectation, on the basis of this, human being can ensure living in harmony within all the time, resulting into continuous happiness in the self. So what's the natural outcome of the understanding? The completion point for human being is also the completion point of the universal human order in existence. So in that sense, the universal human order and universal order are synonymous. Physical order, bio order, animal order are already in harmony. So ensuring a relationship of mutual fulfillment with each other and are also fulfilling for human being. All this unfolding of the coexistence has happened without the effort of human being. By realizing the coexistence and living accordingly, the human order will also be able to ensure a relationship of mutual fulfillment with other human beings as well as rest of the nature. So that is how universal human order is realized and its continuity is ensured as human tradition. It's the completion of the evolution of human order. Of course, this has to happen with human effort, which has been the effort for humanity for all the time. So realize the coexistence um, in existence. Existence is all that exists. It's in the form of units submerged in space. Collection of units is called nature. So we can visualize existence as nature submerged in space. My participation has some value which has already been defined. So now the only remaining part is realizing that existence is coexistence or nature submerged in space. So here existence is whatever exists, whatever is or whatever is to be is in harmony. So these things we've already discussed in the previous classes. So to understand imagination on the basis of realization, understanding, and contemplation. So we have this desire, thought, expectation, like selecting, tasting, that leads to that goal, value, guided sensation. So this desire, thought, expectation, which is highlighted as block 2, has this imagining, analyzing, selecting, comparing. All this happens. Whereas the block one shows authentication, determination, realization, understanding, contemplation, all these. So this diagram shows realization of coexistence and its expression, universal human order. When we have a realization, when I say that we're all coexistence, there is a coexistence in the existence. So it means there is some realization is happening within me. That means I'm understanding about harmony in self, human being, harmony with family, harmony with nature, society, harmony in existence. I'm understanding all the right understanding, like what are right feelings, what is naturally acceptable to me. All these things I'm understanding, and again, all these things leads to good behavior, work, participation, and will be leaded to mutual happiness, mutual prosperity, fulfillment of human goal, and which in turn leads to undivided human society. So that we start thinking that all are related to each other. We are all coexistence. So existence is, as I already said, existence is whatever exists, whatever is, or whatever is to be. Everything should be in harmony. Everything is in harmony. So existence is coexistence, which is in the form of units submerged in space. And we know that units are of two types. One is material units and consciousness units. So all these units are submerged in space. We've already discussed. So energized in space. They're all self-organized in space. Right? They recognize the relationship. Once we start feeling that we are in the space, we are submerged in the space, we are all the units. Like we are, all the units are related to each other, which starts from the self and then the human being and then becomes a family, like every family with the prosperous family that leads to undivided society, and with all the society that leads to nature. So the nature and then the space, right? So it goes in some order. So here we can see that the existence, which I already said, like existence, coexistence, there are units, space, it is all pervading. The limit is unlimited, and in space there will be no activity, but units are active. There is activity within the unit. The material and the consciousness. So we can see the physical order, bio order, animal order, and human order. So this animal order and human order recognize, fulfill, assume the things. But in case of human order, they can assume, know, recognize, and they can fulfill what they want. And we have this physical and bio order, which we have already discussed. Like there won't be any development, no development cycle. So this role of human being as coexistence in existence. So in level existence, the state is coexistence, expression is universal human order. For human being, the state is realization, realizing the desired thoughts and expectations, evidence, authentication. In mutual relationship, love, compassion, that leads to undivided society. These are some of the commonly asked questions, like is nature or existence is self-organized? Is struggle inherent in nature? So is there survival of the fittest in nature? Have we recognized ourselves, our needs, our goals correctly? So these are some of the frequently asked questions. Thank you.